All right. Welcome everyone to our January meet and greet with Fearlessly Made. First and foremost, on behalf of all of us and all of us on the team that you don't see tonight, because there's only a couple of us here, helping you understand a little bit more about what this whole coaching thing is about. We want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts because we know your time is valuable and precious. And for you to take time out of your evening to spend it with us truly means a lot. So to give you a little background on what you're in right now, this is Zoom. This is something that we actually use on our team calls and team chats with each other. So if you've never used this platform before, at the bottom or on the side, there is a little bar. So make sure that your video is turned on because we like to see faces, we like to see reaction. And if you ever have a question, we can kind of see if you have it. And there is also the mute button too. So make sure you do stay muted so we can kind of limit the background noise. But the beautiful thing about this is that since we're live, and if you are on live, you can ask questions. Save them to the end. There is a chat bar even too. As we're talking, and maybe there's something that pops in your head and you don't want to forget it, type it in the chat bar and we'll be sure to answer it when all of this is said and done. But I will say on behalf of all of us, there's nothing special about us. Like, we're all everyday women. Majority of us are mothers that are on Fearlessly Made. I mean, I've been dealing with a snotty-nosed child all day, snow day. I look in here. I even have Kleenex on my sleeve right now. Like, this is momhood. But the thing about coaching is that it's something for us. Because I don't know about you, I never intended to be a coach. I never said I was going to, when I was younger, this is what I wanted to do someday. But life shifted, life changed when I became a mother. And I've always had a passion for just living a healthy lifestyle, never knowing that the platform would take on this way, but it has. And it has given me purpose in my day. It has given me the opportunity to come home and be home with my babies every day. That doesn't necessarily have to be a goal of yours, but you're going to come to find out that there's many different ways that you could approach this opportunity. If there's some part of it that sparks your interest, but just know that all of us are human. Nothing really makes us special, but what truly makes us special is us. This is, I think, one of the fewest companies out there that we are not pressured to sell and promote and flash a name, flash a price. We just get to be us. And the platform is brand you. Like, you get to take yourself to the next level. So every passion that you have in life gets to come out beautifully through this platform. And yes, we all live healthy lifestyles. Yes, this has created incredible accountability in our own health and fitness journeys, and we get to do it together as a community. But it truly has grown all of us in ways that we never expected it to. So I hope that as we're sharing everything that there is about kind of the nitty-gritty stuff of coaching and stuff that you kind of have to know, I feel like you have to know the backgrounds and everything, but just know that it begins and ends with you. And this business is all about just making yourself a better version of who you are today. So I want to first give the floor to Jillian. She's going to share a little bit about what exactly a coach is.
All right, am I unmuted? Can you guys hear me? Okay, just let me make sure. All right, so what is a coach? Well, to talk about that, we have to go all the way back to the beginning of Beachbody. So we're talking 1998 in Santa Monica, California. Two gentlemen by the name of Carl and John, but they see a need in the health, in the health and fitness industry. A need for people that want to get healthy, but don't want to be inconvenienced with the gym, pay for a personal trainer, a personal nutritionist, all of that. They developed the total package. We're talking workouts, nutrition plans, all designed by the experts and ready for us to use at our disposal. They also created, remember this is back in the day, but online forums, web chats that customers can come to with questions, customers can come to with needs, and they can connect on those forums. Well, with the release of P90X, those message boards started lighting up, and they caught Carl and John's eyes. People were supporting each other. They were giving each other encouragement, motivating each other, and pushing each other, people that have never met in real life. This is where Team Beachbody was born, and this is where the coaching opportunity truly came to life. So as a coach, we are doing exactly what these people on the forums were doing. We're walking alongside people in their journey. We're providing daily support, plugging people into a community of like-minded individuals, and keeping people going when they want to give up the most. We are the reason that Team Beachbody is different. The coaches are the difference. We're believing in our clients when they don't even believe in themselves. We do this by leading by example, proving the products work, and living a healthy lifestyle. So thank goodness for technology. We get to use social media to connect with people who are like-minded across the world. It doesn't matter if they're in our country or in Canada or in the UK, we can connect with these people and invite them on this journey with us. We can help them feel their best, and we can help them build a business too. What better things than that? So a little backstory on me. I grew up knowing that I was going to be a teacher my entire life. That's all I ever wanted to do, was to be a teacher. And I did that, and then I became a stay-at-home mom. Well, after my youngest was born, I didn't feel like myself. I felt like something was missing. I missed teaching. I missed having a community. I missed going to work and talking to other adults. I missed having those connections with people other than my children. I was not happy with the version of myself. I lacked self-confidence. I didn't like the way I looked in the mirror. I didn't think that I was capable of doing anything more than wiping noses and bottoms all day. But thanks to social media, I reconnected with a friend from college, and she was living this healthy lifestyle. Team Beachbody was a part of her life, and I thought, I want in on that. So I did. I joined one of her challenge groups, and in that challenge group, I fell in love with the whole process. So throughout that challenge group, probably every couple of months, she approached me about the coaching opportunity. And I turned her down every single time because I was not a business person. I am not an entrepreneur. I have no business background. Like I'm an education person. I'm all about teaching, not about the business side. So I didn't think I could do it. But every time she asked me, she left a breadcrumb. And that breadcrumb just started piling up. And I'd lay there in bed at night and I'd think, what if? Like, what if I could help someone? What if I could teach someone the things that I've learned? And what if I could help them change their life the way that it has changed my life? So finally, after a year of saying no, I said yes. And it has been the best decision I have ever made in the past 3 years. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my life. I am stronger than I ever thought possible. I have more self-confidence in my little finger than I used to have in my entire body. I have found a community. Like y'all are my people. We are connected. Some of us have met in real life. Some of us I've never met except for virtually. And that's okay. We support each other through the lowest of lows and the highest of highs. We're going through the same struggles. We are nothing but a text away from each other. And that is what makes Team Fearlessly Made incredible. So I'm sorry, I got lost in my notes because I got off on a tangent, how much I love this. But being a coach has fueled the passion in my heart of teaching and helping others. I finally feel like I thought I was supposed to be a teacher, and I thought I was supposed to be a stay-at-home mom. Now this is it. I am supposed to help other people in any way possible. And right now, that for me is being a coach. Being a part of Fearlessly Made, we all have similar attributes, and it's something that we look for in a lot of coaches. Do you have a passion for health and fitness? Do you have a passion for helping and serving others? Are you a hard worker and a team player? Are you self-driven? Are you motivated? It doesn't matter if you're on your health and fitness journey or if you're just getting started. It doesn't matter if you have a big transformation or not. None of that matters. What matters is that you have the desire to see what you are made of, to grow into your confidence, and to have fun. You gotta have some fun with this because this job is fun. It is fun as can be, connecting with everyone, the opportunities that we have, and the clients that we have. So there's just a few. Thank you for letting me get off my tangent. I'm sorry. But I want to throw it back over to Heather Ann to talk a little bit more about some of the common misconceptions that we have about coaching.
Okay, so to quickly, before I go into misconceptions, just to share a little bit about me, since Jillian was so nice to share about her journey a bit. My journey with Beachbody actually began in 2012, but I never really started coaching until I was on maternity leave with my first daughter in 2014. But I was introduced into the community by a Facebook ad. So I was in the stage of my life where I was a newlywed and my husband and I were just trying to save money. He decided to quit his job and become an entrepreneur because we were in the time of our life where we could. We didn't have responsibilities, a house, kids, any of that kind of stuff. So I decided to forego my gym membership, which was huge because I was that glorified gym rat that would spend 2+ hours at the gym 6 days a week, sometimes 7, and sweat till I looked like I had jumped in a pool, and I was doing it for unhealthy reasons. I was not educated. I thought you had to sweat till you were soaking wet. I thought that you had to starve yourself in between meals. I succumbed to diet pills and all of the fads that were out there. And at the same time, I wasn't achieving the results that I wanted to in the gym, and it was frustrating. So I decided, you know what, I'll let it go because this ad popped up on the side of my Facebook at the time for a program called Focus T25. And I was aware of Shaun T. So Shaun T, Tony Horton, Chalene Johnson, Autumn Calabrese, those are some of our big master trainers. But Shaun T I knew of. I kind of dabbled in insanity in the past, but never completed it. But he was very motivating to me. And he was a high intensity guy, and I love the high intensity stuff. So I'm like, you know what? It's 5 days a week, 25 minutes. I can do it in the living room of our condo and be done with it. So I decided to try that and went all in for those 3 months. And with that, I was also given an education because I was educated finally by the registered dietitians that had put these nutrition plans together to go along with the programs. And I learned how to eat right. I learned that I should have been eating 2 to 3 times a day and not big meals, but small things. And by doing that, those small little changes and adding in daily Shakeology with that too, my sweet tooth was totally abolished. My IBS symptoms that I suffered from every day at lunch, at my desk, in the office, I was in pain, and that was all resolved within 60 days. I had learned how to eat, how to cook, and I was changing the habits of my husband and I to the point where we actually enjoyed cooking together and we enjoyed eating the right foods together. And it forever changed my life, and I achieved the greatest results in my living room for 25 minutes a day for 3 months, and I was hooked. So I just became someone that was passionate about the programs. I love the fitness. That was my lifestyle. And moving forward into 2014, I'm on maternity leave with my daughter, and I am not happy in my job. And never did I think that I would ever want to leave the company that I was with for 9 years. But it just wasn't something I was passionate about. I love the people, but that was it. And for me to think long term and think, is this where I'm supposed to be till I retire? Is this the desk that I'm going to be sitting in until then and be doing this day in and day out? And it just didn't settle right with me. And I did a lot of praying at that time, a lot of soul searching, a lot of talking with mentors. And it was just apparent to me that doing this was what I was meant to do. But it doesn't have to be that way either. I think so many people see this as, well, if you're going to coach, that's all you're going to do. But no, because for me, it started as a hobby. It was a fun hobby. And I did it literally within the cracks of my day, from lunch hours to early in the morning to maybe an hour or two at night after Olivia went down to bed. And it just slowly compounded into something that I never knew was possible. And this community was forming, Fearlessly Made was forming. I was having these incredible accountability groups that not only were keeping me accountable in my own postpartum journey after having my first daughter, but seeing these other women succeed is truly the greatest gift ever. And to have these women reaching out to me saying, thank you for bringing this into my life, or thank you for showing me that this can happen and that I don't have to make it a big deal, or it doesn't have to take all this time out of my day. And I felt like I was making that impact that I was missing in my life. So I decided to go all in on it back in 2014 because I saw the bigger vision for my life and what this opportunity could become for our family. And I was blessed enough to have my husband on board. We said, let's do it. Let's give ourselves a year, see where it takes us. And when my oldest daughter turned 1, I was able to walk away from my full-time job because I had replaced that income. And ever since then now, I am expecting our third. and still going with this with all of these amazing women. And I couldn't be more grateful because of days like today where it's a snow day and one is sick. I didn't have to go anywhere, and I was able to be present, but able still to feel like I have purpose in between the cracks of my day, because I love to work. That's something that you can't take out of me. My husband and I were like workaholics in a good way. But that could never be taken out of me. So this still gives me purpose at home while I'm still a mom, because that girl who always had a love for health and fitness is always there. And this has just kept it going and brought it out of me. So that has been my journey with Beachbody since then. But in regards to the misconceptions, we all have them. We still hear them on a daily basis. But one of the biggest things I think that, and the first one that I was ever approached about, was this being a pyramid scheme. And it was the CEO of the company I used to work for. He was like, oh, it's one of those pyramid schemes. Like, you kind of just build upon each other. And at that time, I didn't know. I was naive because I was just starting to learn what this opportunity could hold. And I just said, yeah, whatever. I kind of brushed it off. And I will say that if we were a pyramid scheme, we would have been shut down a long time ago. And now this year we're celebrating our 20-year anniversary, which is crazy. But we are one of the few MLMs out there. We are an MLM. We are a network marketing company, yes. And I feel a lot of people have that chip on their shoulder, like, well, that isn't a legit business. You can't really make a lot of money doing that. And you can. We can't guarantee it because it's all upon the effort you put into it. But it is possible. But if it was a pyramid scheme, that means we would be signing up people left and right. There is no transaction of any goods or services, and you're just building this team, and whoever is at the top stays at the top. Whereas if you decided to say, you know what, I want to give this a go, I'm going to go full in, all in, and see where it takes me, you absolutely could surpass any one of us that is on this call tonight that is already a part of this team. So it literally all is about the effort that you put into it. But as a team and coming together, we also help each other, which is pretty cool. And that's why we truly thrive on the community effort of us, because we want each other to succeed, to see all of us achieve our goals and our fitness and our life in this business in whatever ways we see success. We get to do it together, and we get to help each other build that momentum to wherever we want to go, so we all can have that life that we really want. So you absolutely don't have to sell to your close family and friends. People are like, well, do I have to bug them until I'm blue in the face? And no. Yes, typically when you start out as a coach, or you can call yourself whatever, there really is no one-way title to this opportunity. You can call yourself a fitness influencer, a coach, a lifestyle mentor, whatever you feel suits your brand the best. Your warm market's probably going to be your easiest in the beginning. But the beauty of social media, and especially Instagram these days, we have incredible trainings on how to help you understand the platform and how to make it work for you. And not a way of bombarding people, harassing people, looking for one-way answers and this agenda behind it, because that's not what it's about. I think what sets us apart is that truly we are just people that love the relationship aspect. If you're someone that doesn't like to have a lot of friends and create relationships, then maybe this isn't quite for you. But we love to create new relationships, whether it leads to something in regards to connecting them with a solution or not. We truly look for those people that are like, yeah, if she lived down the street from me, I'd be having coffee with her every single day and want to hang out with her. So it's just about creating that fulfillment of more positive people in your life. And if it leads to something that you see a solution in their life, making their lives better, well then great. But it's not about being annoying on social media. It's just about being you and showing others how you can live a healthy lifestyle from anywhere, anytime. You're making it work throughout the hustle and bustle of life. So that's what we do. You probably follow many brand influencers or bloggers on Instagram, Facebook, social media, and you follow them because you believe in what they do. You love what they're about. You love how their feed looks. So basically we become those influencers too, but not only for Beachbody, because if you're doing it correctly, people shouldn't know like, oh, she's following this program, or she paid this much for this, or she's a part of this, group of people. It literally is about being you. And, if you have a favorite lipstick, a favorite pair of yoga pants, you just went to this great restaurant down the street, you're going to share that. So it's just like whatever you share with your best friend and you want them to try, that's what it's about on social media. It's about everything that makes up you in your life, all your passions, all of your favorite things. You just want to create value on a daily basis, because as you're creating value, you're going to grow that audience naturally. You're going to bring those people that are like-minded like you into your circle and just create this amazing community that people want to come to on a daily basis. If you're a person that currently is a gym goer and you don't want to give up your gym membership, that's okay. We as coaches, there's no one way to be a coach. You could still enjoy going to the gym. You could take your spin class. You can go to your yoga class. You can do Beachbody on demand 3 days a week, whatever it is. It's just all a part of the healthy lifestyle and showing people that it is doable anyway, anyhow. And we promote the flexibility of it. Even in our own communities, our own challenge groups that we run, it's the flexibility of it. I have women in my community that still go to the classes, that still run, and they're training for marathons. So this is just something that complements everything. We aren't about spamming. There's no sale pitches. You don't have to do house parties. There is no stocking product. You just have to share your story and authentically be you. The beauty of Beachbody is that all of that stuff, like if you were legit owning a brick and mortar business in your town, you have to handle all the startup costs and the fees and the product and returns and customer service. Well, that's all taken care of for us. We just get to be the face of whatever that is, whatever our brand is. You know, I'm a mother of soon to be 3 girls. I used to work in corporate America. I'm suburban. I drive a minivan. Like all these little things that you don't think are special about you, they're relatable to someone else. And someone out there just like you is looking for you to connect with, because you can be the voice for them that they don't know how to talk about yet, or don't know how to share their struggles. Like it can be a vulnerable opportunity at times, but sharing our story, the good, the bad, and the ugly, is what truly connects you with other people and truly makes a bigger impact in someone else's life. And they end up thanking you for saying, thank you for sharing that, because I was too shy to do that. You don't have any quota to reach as a coach. There is never any specific numbers or price or commission or any of that you have to reach. This opportunity lends itself to whatever you want to make of it. You can just sign up as a coach and enjoy the discount, because as a coach, we get a 25% discount off of anything that we would choose to invest in. And that's it. Like there's never any obligation to do anything. There's no long-term commitment, no contract. It is what you make it. But if you start connecting with people and they're seeing that, oh, what are you doing? You look really good. Well, you have these tools that you can help people with. And then if there's something bigger in life that you want to achieve, you want to create this vision for your family, you want to save for your kids' college education, you want to go on that vacation with your husband, whatever it is, like this opportunity can make that come true 100%. But like I said, it's all about the time and effort that you decide to put into it. It is doable. It does take time. It does take hard work, but anything in life that you really want has hard work. It takes time. So it's just a matter of what you decide to put into it. It has been the greatest form of accountability. I think anyone that decides to coach or whatever that is, if anything, it's just accountability in your own journey. You may be searching for that in the current gym you're at. You may be trying to grasp onto that on social media and just look towards people that inspire you. But this is a community, not only on Fearlessly Made, but outside of that too. So no matter what you're searching for, motivation, inspiration, it can all be done through coaching. And by no means do you have to quit your job like me. You can certainly keep doing what you're doing, because you're allowed to have many passions in life. So this could just be one of those things added to it. It could just be a fun hobby. It could be something bigger than that. So it's all about what you make it. But in regards to earning, you can earn as a coach, and literally as you're beginning, if it is something that you want to make a little side fun money on, or actually save up for something big, or pay off debt, or whatever that is, we basically earn through commissions in the beginning. And we as coaches receive 25% off anything we choose to invest in, and then we receive 25% of anything that someone chooses to invest in for themselves. The day you sign up, You're provided with an amazing welcome email from both Team Beachbody and Fearlessly Made. You're given a special ID that is connected to your unique websites, and that is all connected to the solutions that you can help people with if it leads down that path. Anything that you purchase, they purchase, it's all through that website. And we even have a beautiful method nowadays called ShareCart, which is new within like the last 2 years. But we have truly seamlessly made customer service really good for our clients. Like, it shouldn't be complicated. You shouldn't have to jump through these hoops. We're always trying to stay on top of the cutting edge in terms of what is best for fitness, health, and also serving those that truly are special in our lives. There's ways to earn bonuses upon certain things. And if you ever decide that, you know what, I want to take my business to the next level, then that's going to obviously be in the team building aspect of it. You could just focus on 3 to 5 people a month. That weekly income progresses throughout that, and it's all based on your efforts, your team efforts. And I'm not going to get too much into the nitty gritty of it because it can be overwhelming, but you'll basically, like, this is, I think, where people get the pyramid scheme fixed into it, but there's 2 legs of your business, a right and a left leg. And it can look like a pyramid as a build because it's a big triangle. But when you enroll your first 2 coaches, whether they choose to sign up strictly for the discount or the business aspect, you'll unlock the next level of potential in your income building. You'll basically become an Emerald coach. Then at that point, you can start earning residual income, free customers, and it builds up from there. And there's team cycle bonuses throughout that too. So it does add up quickly as you start to rise. But it's all depending on what you want to get out of the business. If team building is something that you're like, you know what, I want to create my own community. I want us to all achieve our goals together. There's team cycle bonuses once you get to certain levels, and then there's quarterly bonuses as too. So it adds up pretty quickly. But if that's something that you want to dive more into, just connect with the coach that invited you to. But you certainly can do very well if you choose to just build on retail. You certainly can just help people with the solutions and earn a nice little side income that maybe pays for your groceries, that you don't have to dip into your paycheck or pay for daycare or pay for dance classes, whatever it is. So really the potential is limitless. It's just a matter of what you want to get out. And I think that's it for me. I'm trying to look at my notes here because I get off on tangents too. So next I'm going to pass it over to Rachel. And she is going to quickly share her story as being a newer coach on Fearlessly Made.
Can you hear me? Okay, great. Hi, I'm Rachel. I am a mom of 2, and they're both under school age, so they're at home with me all the time. And I am a wife and children's minister at my church. I'm on staff. And when the coaching opportunity crossed my table, I think about 6 months ago, at the time, my coach had no idea that my husband and I were actually looking for another avenue to generate income. And she also didn't realize that I was probably in one of the darkest places of my life. And between raising the kids and the work that I do at my church, which is like a non-negotiable for me, that's like my heart work. And then my husband, who works, for corporate America, he's basically just a number in a machine. I kind of felt stuck, like I couldn't do anything to assist in our financial endeavor. And I felt pretty much helpless. And to stack more on top of that, at the time, I had pretty much given up on like my weight loss from the babies and everything. I just was waving the white flag. I was stuck with the mom bod forever, and that just was going to be the way it was. So, when she asked me, I thought about it for a long time. I say a long time. It was probably a couple of weeks. And then I eventually said yes, because truthfully, I thought, if nothing else, I'll lose weight and some people will ask me about it and I'll make a couple of bucks. Probably not the best mindset, but it got me to where I am now. So I started my fitness journey and the business side of things at the same time. And what I quickly found out is that the characteristics that brought me success and change in my fitness are the exact same characteristics that bring me change and success in the business side of things. Consistent, hard work when no one else is watching. And I also didn't realize at the time when I said yes that I was joining one of the best teams of Team Beachbody. Not only do you get top-notch training that you can do at your own pace, but you get, if I had to describe this team with one word, it would be family. I am never left to figure things out on my own. And everyone, like Jillian said, is just a text away. And I never feel like I'm stuck as like, oh my God, what do I do now? Or I don't know how to do this. There is literally an avenue for everything. And if it's not in front of me, I can just reach out to one of my team members. And this was also when I realized that I was exactly where I needed to be. Shame to say that this was one of the areas that I struggled in as a 30-year-old adult, was being consistent in things. I would pick things up and drop it. I would stay at it for a couple of months. I think I did Weight Watchers probably like 3 times in my adult life and never could stay with it because I didn't have the accountability or the people that I could reach out to when I was feeling weak. And the consistent behavior that this established in me was a huge game changer. And so I realized I was right where I needed to be and doing what it takes to have sustainable change day in and day out, being surrounded by the women who could call me out. I don't know how else to explain it other than it was what made the difference, other than trying to do it on your own. So 6 months in, and I've had not only like a drastic physical change, down 27 pounds, by the way. I didn't do the math until just now before the call, but I not only has the physical change been drastic, but what I try to explain to everyone is the mental change that I've gone through, that coaching has brought me through, has been the bigger deal for me. It's the value of a skill that I feel like I don't think I would have learned otherwise, which is consistency. It's taught me that putting my needs on the table and filling my cup first doesn't have to be a guilty thing. And it's impossible to pour from an empty cup. And I love sharing that message with women and mamas everywhere, because at the top of every morning, this is something that I love about this, is that one of our coaching behaviors is personal development. It's not getting out there and talking to everybody first. No, it's you first at the top of every morning. You fill your cup, and then you can go and talk to the ladies, and then you have something to say. And that's been huge for me. And, I've just found that in a life of service to others, I've been taught, to give. And that's like my love language is service, acts of service. But I never thought that I could only amplify that if I filled myself first. I never thought about it like that until I discovered this little thing called personal development that we do every single morning. And Team Beachbody has forever changed me in that sense. And I now can contribute to our household income and our financial endeavors because I get to share that message with other women. So I'm forever thankful for the opportunity that's been presented in front of me. And that's just a little bit about how how my story unfolds.
Thank you, Rachel. I think Melissa's up next to cap it off. I can't hear you. Hold on. Go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, everybody. My name's Melissa. And just a little bit about me. I'm going to try to be as brief as I possibly can, but I will say I am a talker. But a little bit about my story. I am currently a full-time stay-at-home mom and coach. I have two little kids. They are 3 and 5. And I came about Beachbody just completely unexpectedly. I didn't know anything about it. I had heard of P90X and Insanity, but I never had heard of Beachbody or the company behind it. I was always into health and fitness my whole entire life. I played sports. And then when I got into high school, I ran track and cross country, took that into college and ran competitively throughout college. When I got out of college, I joined a gym naturally because I wanted to continue with fitness. But I always struggled with my nutrition in a big way. And it was a common theme on the sports teams I was on. A lot of women, a lot of runners that I ran with, we had eating disorders, and myself included. Just not eating enough calories, not eating correctly, skipping meals, just like kind of similar to Heather Ann, just kind of tried everything. And especially when I got out of college, because it was so hard to maintain where I was at. We had 3-hour practices in college, and that was not feasible once I was out and working. So I joined a gym. I got pretty good results, but I still struggled. I yo-yoed back and forth. At one point I hired a trainer, again, got really good results, but it wasn't something I could sustain because of cost. And also he didn't really give me good guidance on nutrition because he's not certified in that. So, fast forward, I became pregnant with my son, and I knew I was going back to work full time. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to continue going to the gym because I had to leave work and go get him. And I already was going to be away from him for 8 to 9 hours. So it was like, okay, what's going to give? And that was the gym. And I thought, I got to find a way to do this from home. There's just no way I'm going to be able to go at night. And so I just kind of a fluke that one of my girlfriends from the gym asked me if I wanted to join her challenge group and try this program called T25. I had never heard of it. I was very skeptical. I figured I would buy it and end up not doing it. I was not someone who had ever worked out from home before. It just was not my thing. My community was at the gym. I had met some of my closest friends actually at the gym. And so I thought, well, what do I have to lose at this point, and what other choice do I have? So I went all in. I bought the challenge pack. I even signed up as a coach for the discount. No intentions of doing this business. I had done an MLM before, and I think it was skincare. I hated it, and I vouched that I would never do one again and it really it wasn't my thing. That was really what the problem was. I didn't like doing parties, which we had to do with that business, and I wasn't into it. I wasn't passionate about it. So I went all in, signed up as a coach for the discount. Really didn't know about coaching. I mean, I had seen my coach running challenge groups, but I really just didn't put 2 and 2 together that this was an MLM as well. I just thought it was, well, I'm just doing this group on the side if you want to join. And I thought, yes, I need all the help I can get if I'm going to be doing this from home. So joined the challenge group, loved the program. But the best thing I loved was the accountability and just having a place to check in every morning. I was a new mom. I was just like, am I ever going to get my body back? Am I ever going to get back in shape? Am I ever going to lose this weight? And I just went all in with the challenge group and would get on there every day and share and post. And, we'd all fed off of each other and just got my motivation from that group. And I fell in love with that part of Beachbody, like the community, the group, the accountability, the support. And honestly, I don't know if I would have finished that program if it was not for that group. I also fell in love with the Shakeology. I also had amazing transformation from it just in my energy levels. Also struggled with digestion issues, and really there was no solution that the doctor could give me. And it completely did away with my issues with IBS. And then it totally cut my cravings, and my husband as well. He wasn't even working out, and he totally changed his eating habits, lost 20 pounds after we had our son. So it was I was like, okay, this is something I have to continue with. And so, fast forward a little bit more, I kind of started diving more into sharing my journey. Like I remember posting something on Facebook about my results from 21 Day Fix. That was the program that really taught me about nutrition and was a game changer for me. And all I could think of after I did that program was, gosh, how many women could benefit from this? Because for years, all through my 20s, pretty much, I struggled. I didn't have my kids till my early 30s. All through my 20s, I struggled with nutrition, trying to find something that would work and doing everything all wrong the entire time. And finally, with 21 Day Fix, I felt like I could eat. I wasn't starving. I wasn't having cravings. I wasn't crashing at 3 p.m. I felt good. I felt like I was fueling my body with good foods, and I was enjoying the food. I wasn't forcing myself to eat stuff I didn't want to eat. I wasn't, living on just vegetables or whatever. I wasn't cutting food groups out. I wasn't doing any of the crazy stuff that I had done before. And I was still getting results. And I felt the best I had felt, especially like as a mom. I just felt like I was in great shape like I was before kids. And I thought, God, how many women like struggle with this and go to the gym and get no results? And I had seen them. I had worked out with some of them, and I thought if only they had these tools. So I just randomly shared on Facebook one day about my results, and I had people messaging me and asking me about it. And I was like, it just became something that I just was really excited about to share with others. And it wasn't even like I planned on coaching. I really feel like I kind of just fell into it. And I did a little more with it and a little more with it. And I was still working full time. So I didn't have a lot of time, but it was more like a hobby. I never really saw myself like wanting to leave my job to do it or anything like that. Became pregnant with my daughter, was miserable at my job. My background is social work, but at the time I was kind of burned out with social work, and I had moved into management in healthcare, and I was managing dialysis clinics. And it was 24/7. Like I never could get away from it. I had the phone, the computer, everything was paid for by them. So that you had to be connected 24 hours a day. I would get calls on vacations. I can't even tell you, it was awful. And I just thought, I can't continue to live like this. And I had my son now, and I was missing so much. I would be home, and it was just constant interruptions. So when I got pregnant with my daughter, I just decided I can't go back to this. Like I got to find something else. Maybe I can't leave my job right now, but I got to find something else. And so we really didn't know what I was going to do. When on maternity leave, at that point, it was still like, okay, I got to go back to work for the health insurance, because my husband owns a business and I carried the health insurance. So my daughter was born. She had a lot of issues with reflux and dairy and soy intolerance. We had lots of doctor's appointments, and it was crazy. And then of course, transitioning from 1 to 2, you never know what that's going to be like till it actually happens. And my husband's like, yeah, you're not going back to work. There's just no way, because he knew I had no vacation time left when my maternity leave was over. And I just kind of said to him, you're going to have to handle all these doctor's appointments. And if the kids are sick, you're going to have to stay home. And we were looking at $2,000 for daycare for 2 kids. I didn't have anyone who could watch them in my family. And so we'd made the decision for me to stay home. And at that point, I decided I am going to do more with this. I already wanted to stay home at this point now and just do Beachbody. I was already in love with it. Was running challenge groups, was working 1 hour a night, maybe after work, just trying to keep my foot in the door and continue to grow my business. And I just decided, like, I knew transitioning to stay-at-home mom was something I wanted to do. I wanted to have more time with my kids, but I also knew I had to have something to do, because I'm also like a workaholic like Heather Ann, and I have to do something besides be a mom. Not that that's not like the most important job ever, but it wasn't enough for me. And I felt like after I was home for a while, I realized, like, gosh, the monotony of being home with kids, it's hard. It's rewarding and it's fun and it's the best thing ever, but it's hard. And so this has given me something that is just like my thing. Like, it's my purpose every day besides raising my kids. It's something that I truly enjoy, that, beyond, the daily grind of the dishes and the laundry and all the stuff that we don't like to do. I get to dive into this when I have time, when my kids are sleeping in the morning, or now like they're sleeping, and do something I really enjoy and share with other women. And really, for me, like, that's the best thing ever, to be able to give these solutions to people, like knowing especially like how I struggled, for how many years I struggled. And now I can't even tell you, like, Beachbody was the turning point for me with my nutrition, where I didn't obsess about it anymore. Like, I seriously had issues with, body dysmorphia and just obsessing about food every day. What am I going to eat? What am I not going to eat? Like, just, it was awful. And it totally turned it around for me. Like, it was crazy. And now I have my plan. I know what I'm doing. And I mean, these last 5 years that I've been part of this community, I don't have those issues anymore. And it's just crazy to me. So to be able to help other women and to give them solutions, and especially now that we know there's so many different things out there now that people try, and everybody's got to find what works for them, of course, but this is something that is just something you can live on. It's a lifestyle. It's not a diet. And that's really what my problem was for so many years. I was trying to do all these fads and diets and crazy things, and none of it was sustainable. And this is because it's it's just healthy eating, and it's getting up and moving for 30 minutes every day. And it's just, it's nothing extreme, and through these nutrition plans, I've been able to stay in great shape, and I'm not working out for 2.5 hours at the gym anymore. I'm not going up there and taking 2 classes. There's no way I could now with 2 kids and all the things that you have, on your plate. So that's a little bit about my story. And I now am home full time, doing this full time, and I've almost replaced what I would be making if I was working and paying daycare, which is crazy because I never thought that was possible until I started seeing it happening in my own business. So that's a little bit about me. And what I'm going to talk about is just what happens after you sign up. If you decide to sign up, what does the training look like? So if you sign up, you would immediately receive an email from Team Beachbody, and it's basically a first 30 email, and it just shares with you what you're going to do the first 30 minutes after signing up, the first 30 hours, the first 30 days. So it's kind of like a guide, and it gets you started, tells you what you need to be doing in those first 30 days. Then you're going to get a welcome email from your coach who you sign up underneath. And that email is going to share with you the details about Fearlessly Made, what your role is, and what you can do to get your business started. And then we're going to introduce you to our private team page on Facebook, where we share tips, trainings, announcements, team call information, anything new going on in the business or with the company, new programs coming out, questions. If you have questions, we share those in there. And basically it's just how you stay connected to all the coaches on our team, including your upline. In between the monthly team trainings and calls, that's how we all stay connected. And then you're going to connect with your coach for your Getting Started Right call. And that is where your coach is going to give you all the information you need to help you get your business started. And it's all the basics. It's not meant to overwhelm you. It's just all the basics on how to get your business up and running, the simple steps you need to take to start seeing progress and momentum. And then lastly, we have a self-paced training also on Facebook. It's called Coach University, and we have it set up with units. So you literally can go into each unit tab. It's kind of like a college course, and you go at your own pace, which is awesome. Like, you decide you want to complete the training in a week, you want to complete the training in a month, you want to space it out over 3 months because you have a lot going on. You pick your own pace. You do this business at your pace because everyone's in it, got different stuff going on and different goals. So this allows you to take it at your pace, so you don't feel like you're rushed through something, and you also don't feel like it's moving too slow for you. It's going to teach you how to start relationships. It's going to teach you social media training, social media basics, how to use Instagram, and help you learn how to invite your first 3 to 5 customers to your first challenge group. And you're going to be starting your business and running alongside your sponsor coach. So we are always here to support you. You're never left to figure this out by yourself. And you definitely don't need to know everything before you begin. We have people start the first week they sign up, we've got them doing their first post on social media, because you learn as you go. And I'm still learning 4 years, 5 years into this business. So it's a constant, and it's constantly changing with social media. And that's where we try to keep everyone updated of changes and updates through our team page. And we all help each other in that regard. So you learn as you go. You're closely connected to your sponsor coach. And we teach you all the things you need to know to get started. And then once you sign up, if you've never had an experience with Team Beachbody, I think Heather Ann talked about this before, we obviously recommend you start with access to Beachbody On Demand, which is kind of like the Netflix of fitness. You log in there, and it's anywhere you can connect to the internet, you can connect to Beachbody On Demand. You can even connect from your phone, and it's got the library of programs and workouts for you to access. And that's kind of where you start, and you automatically get access. So you don't have to invest in program after program. There's no more DVDs. Everything is on there. You're going to have access to all the meal plans, nutrition guides, workout calendars, and so much more on there. There's a cooking channel. There's sample meal plans. It's crazy how many resources are on there. So you can start using those to educate yourself, to start your own journey, and then eventually help others. You're going to familiarize yourself with all of that. And then along with the yearly membership, you can choose to add a month of Shakeology, totally risk-free. At all of our products, you have 30-day trial period. where you literally can return the bag of Shakeology after 30 days. Even if you drank the entire thing, they will give you your money back. That is how much Beachbody stands behind their products, which is crazy. And so you are trying it for risk-free, or you can try the Performance Stack. So with Beachbody On Demand 1-year membership, you get either Shakeology or the Performance Stack. The Performance Stack is our pre and post-workout formula. So the pre-workout is Energize, the post-workout is called Recover. And that just helps further your results when you're working out. It's crazy how much the Energize and the Recover helps get your body going in the morning. And then also the Recover has branched chain amino acids in it, which are great for muscle soreness recovery, helping retain that lean muscle mass. Huge difference since I started taking them last January. I would not stop taking them because it's made such a big difference in my results. And you want to be using the products, at least one or the other, so that you can start talking about them and sharing, because it's hard to promote products when you're not using them yourself. So you want to be able to share with others what you've gotten out of them and your results and how it's impacted your lifestyle. And then additionally, you'll have access to your coach's accountability group on Facebook, where you are going to get plugged in and start your own journey, and also kind of just get the experience of a challenge group and what to expect, what it's all about. And when you sign up as a coach and you get your challenge pack, which is the fitness and the supplements, you waive your $40 coach sign up fee. So you literally sign up as a coach for free. And then you also have the option to add a 3-day refresh in, which is just a jumpstart 3-day program that helps you really jumpstart your results. It's kind of like a cleanse, but it's totally like, it's not hard on your body, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, you basically cut out caffeine and junk and processed foods and things like that to just give you a fresh start and help jumpstart your results. So you have that option. You don't have to do it, but it's an option to add it on. And so why is now the best time to sign up as a coach and join Team Fearlessly Made? Well, we are just people helping people. And yes, we have products, but we value the products and our relationships the most. So we are all doing this together, and we're working at our own pace. We're inspiring each other. We're having a good time. But now, of all times, January is a great time, because with the new year, everyone is looking for, still, even though we're almost through the month of January, people are still trying to figure out what they're going to do this year, what they're going to do if whatever they were doing last year wasn't working, or if they know they need to get started with something, they want to make their health a priority. Some people still haven't decided what path they're going to take. There's so many options out there. So now is a great time to get started. January is our busiest month, and February and March, because of New Year's resolutions and all those things. So now is a great time to start your business, because there's so many people making those decisions and looking for options and solutions. And some of them don't even know about Beachbody. I can't tell you how many people I talk to on a weekly basis that have never heard of Beachbody. So the word is still not out there. And the company is just trying to get these products and programs out to more and more people, because now everyone wants convenience, and doing workouts from home is so convenient, especially in the busy world we live in right now with people having so much stuff on their plates. So now is a great time to get started. Our 2019 mentorship is beginning on Monday, January 28th. So that is when we add all the new members to our team page. We add them to our team training. We kick off with a welcome call, similar to this webinar. It's just like a Zoom chat. And so what you choose to do now, others are going to be watching, listening. And so now is a good time to start. Like, people, when they're ready to make their resolutions come to life, they're going to come to you if they see what you're sharing. Like, that is how we connect with people. That is how we attract people, is by sharing our journey. So obviously, the quicker you get started, the more impact you're going to be able to make this year in 2019. And they're going to remember seeing you and your posts and you sharing your journey. So when they are ready, they're going to come to you. And you've already created that trust in those potential clients. So I think that is everything. I'm going to turn it back to Heather Ann.
Any questions? If you do, type it in the chat bar real quick. If not, no worries. The recording is going to be live tomorrow. So whether you were on live or you missed it and have to watch the recording, we will send it to you, so you can kind of listen to anything that you may have missed or take it in more. But we truly appreciate you. We appreciate you taking the time out of your evening. And hopefully we shared something that maybe you were interested in or wanted to know more about. But please do not hesitate to reach out who invited you into this and ask them questions, because it is such a broad opportunity that we couldn't possibly cover everything tonight, but hopefully just enough to let you know what is possible. So thank you again, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful night, a great continued week ahead, and hopefully we'll be seeing your faces within our team page very soon. All right, everyone. Have a good night.